Hey guys, how are you? I'm Peter from Ely River Games. Welcome to a new video to Hero the Emergency Room board game. In this video we will be having a closer look at the components. And as you might remember, last time I mentioned the heroic deed tokens, so you already know that tokens will be involved. But first we need to know what else there is to earn those tokens, so we'll be having a look at all the other components. Let's go! Before we start the game, you have to know who you are playing as. In Hero, you are taking the role of young doctors who have to serve their first night shift at the emergency room. And if you remember the first video, I told you that Rob, who is the designer of the game, has based all the characters on real people. So, of course, you can see himself as a surgeon on the bottom right. You can see Tyler, whose name is Lance, on the bottom left. Kenta, who is actually called Sasha, on the top left. And Lizzie, who is called Lottie on the top right. Right, that's very far off. What you also see on those cards are the resources in red, green, blue and yellow. What those abilities are in detail, that will be the topic of the next video. But what you can also see on those cards are special effects for every doctor. Some of them, as it's the case for Rob, will come into effect before the game starts, and some of them, as for Tyler, will come into effect once the game is played. So if you take a closer look at the abilities, you will see that they're almost always limited at a total of 5. That doesn't seem that much, right? So you have to improve them. And how you do that? That's by reading journals. There are actually 3 types of journals. Some of them will improve your ability by a +1. Others will improve your abilities by +1 for 2 different abilities. The next one will improve by +2 for 1 ability. And the last one will be, actually, it's not a journal, but it's a comic. A comic will not improve your abilities, of course, but it will help you relax. Therefore, you will get 1 pillow token. What those pillow tokens are, what the sleep tokens are, this will be discussed at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it right until the end. Guess that studying and treating patients on your own, even with the help of journals, will be quite complicated as they are limited as well. So, is there another way? Yes, of course, there is another way of help, and this is by the staff members. The staff members all come with abilities, also in red, green, blue and yellow, and they will help you as soon as you're in the same room with them. Which of the staff members will show up at which point of the game, and how you can get them into your room in order that they help you will be part of one of the following videos. And as you can already see, the staff members also have special effects. But you have to keep in mind, as soon as they are in the same room with you, you have to obey the special effect. So it's a must. Whether it's positive or negative, you have to apply the special effect of the staff members. You cannot choose it unless it's explicitly said on the card that you may use it. But you can get even more help. Besides the regular staff members, there are also some consultants. They are very seasoned and therefore they have very strong abilities. But calling them in for help will give you a bit more chaos. What exactly chaos is will be part at the end of this video, and how the calling for help will work will be part of one of the following videos. So what do you need all this help for? Of course, it's to treat patients. So you should also get to know the patients. The patients card are these yellow ones here, and they show you the different diagnoses. Just like in real life, for different diagnoses you will also have different amounts of time to treat them before they will leave the ER in one way or another. This is stated on the top left corner of the patient's cards. If you don't manage to treat a patient within this time, all of the players will get a certain amount of chaos, which is shown on the bottom left of the cards. The chaos tokens will in the end deduct heroic deed tokens from your final score. So if there's something that will deduct points from your final score, there should also be something that will add to your final score. This is shown on the top right corner, and those are the heroic deed tokens that the player who is treating the patient will gain. There's also another one for heroic D tokens on the bottom right corner. This is for freeloader tokens. Every player who is in the same room as whenever a patient gets treated will receive those freeloader awards. Just like that, for doing absolutely nothing. Some patients have special effects, which you can find in the middle of the card under clinical notes. Depending on what is written here, you can or you must apply the effect of those patients. And also, a little further down on the card, you can see the resources that you need in order to treat the patients. Some patients are very easy to treat. You can see the broken fingernail will only require 1 red or 1 green skill, but a dislocated shoulder will require 6 of the red and 1 of the green skills. So it's a bit more difficult to treat. And finally, the tokens. We have talked about them now once or twice, didn't we? The golden ones are the heroic D tokens. These will be your winning points at the end of the game. Whoever has most of them will be the winner of the game. The grey ones are the chaos tokens. They will deduct heroic D tokens from you at the end of the game and from your final score. Lastly, there are the sleep tokens, these pillow ones. You will need a minimum of those at the end of the night shift in order to be awake enough to report your heroic deeds. Every sleep token you have will remove some chaos tokens and therefore remove some deduction of your winning score. So you can compensate negative points with them. On the top right, you also see the timer tokens, which are the ones that you place on the patients in order to know how much time there is still left to treat the patient. So that's it for today. Now you know everything there is to know about the components of Hero the Emergency Room board game. For the next video, we will be having a closer look at the resources, so you'll have some background information on what red, blue, green and yellow actually are. And I would be happy if I see you then, so please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell and make sure that you don't miss the video.